Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thesis Gold's channel, advancing high-grade resource potential, forefronting the industry. Chief Executive Officer, as always, Yuan Webster. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, pleasure to be here as always.
Yeah, man, we got to kick off the new year. There is so much going on within Thesis Gold. And before we dive into some of the updates, because I know you guys dropped some drill results recently that we'll discuss, but do you want to just quickly highlight to the retail audience here, kind of the milestones that were reached in 2021, or just anything that really stuck out to you personally?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think 2021 was a pretty transformative year for Thesis. It was really our first full year of trading. I guess the big milestones in my mind anyway, and early June, we raised just over $18 million, and that put us in a fantastic position for embarking on our maiden exploration program. That kicked off in early August and consisted of just over 16,000 meters of drilling and a pretty extensive property-wide exploration program as well. So I think most of the project had seen very little, if any, exploration work, probably 90% of it, to be honest. So we completed a lot of ground geochemistry, a lot of detailed geological mapping, a lot of geophysics, and that's really kind of set the stage for a lot of our targets that we generated for this coming year's exploration program. And the drill results, I think, out of the 16 meters to date have been phenomenal. I think there's a lot more strong results to come as well. So in terms of 2021, it was a great start for Thesis Gold.
That's great to hear, man. So let's just kind of update real quick, because I mean, you guys did drill 27 meters of 8.8 grams per ton of gold there at the Ridge Zone. Do you just want to highlight that briefly?
Sure. I mean, just a little bit of background on the zone, I guess. I mean, so far our drill results that we've released have been from the Bonanza zone, and that's sort of lion's share of the historical drilling on the project. But just 200 meters away, as they were drilling Bonanza, they explored in the 80s with some exploration holes. They maybe drilled 13 holes, let's say, on that ridge zone. Great results, but just didn't follow up on it. So this year we've gone back in, designed a 12-hole program, put out the first 6 holes, and as you said, 27 meters at 8.8 grams per ton gold equivalent. Fantastic start. I think we've really shown that there's great continuity in the mineralization from basically surface down to about 160 vertical meters. That system open at depth and along strike. And it's also within this much larger alteration footprint that extends for at least 600 meters along strike, and is a really good vector to the gold mineralization. And with it being only 200 meters away from Bonanza, there's plenty of opportunity to fill that hole in where there's no drilling. And given their spatial relationship, I mean, it's probably not a big stretch to assume that they're certainly genetically related, if not kind of maybe a fault system that's maybe offsetting the two zones. So all of that kind of interpretation is underway at the moment.
Okay, so a little bit to look forward to here. Do you want to briefly highlight here? This is a really fascinating start to the year. I mean, a lot of investors are talking about this pandemic. There's still a lot of interest rate and hyperinflation stuff going on. And I mean, you guys performed exceptionally well last year compared to the broader gold industry. I mean, the stock did phenomenal. So kind of in this mess of this Q1, do you want to just give us some highlights on how you guys are experiencing this and just kind of what you expect to see coming through the first quarter? Just some mild guidance that you can offer some insight on.
I mean, I think, we're in a bit of turmoil at the moment in terms of markets, COVID, etc. But I think that COVID, hopefully we're coming to the end of this now, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Certainly seems to feel like that. Gold, I think all of the fundamentals are there for a very strong gold market going forward. I think, everybody in the junior exploration space, and especially the gold space, probably has that same sentiment. And I think we can see that, hopefully as we get into later part of Q1, Q2, we will see the gold price start to rise significantly. And that is only going to benefit all of us. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, and just further expanding there, if you can, do you have a timeline or just a general consensus about further drill programs that we can expect through the news cycle here for Q1?
Yeah, I mean, I think that as we've only released, we still have under 90 holes to release from our previous program. So there's going to be great news flow every 7 to 10 days going forward here. That'll probably last us through until March. And then we're thinking about doing a small drill program in March. And then we possibly shut down for spring breakup and then begin a much larger program again in the summer, as beginning early summer, let's say.
Those are great insights, man. I really appreciate this, Yuan. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much. Yeah, pleasure as always.
And on that note, folks, if you ever have any questions about the industry, what you think about Thesis Gold, let us know in that comment section below, and we can perhaps do an investor Q&A. I look forward to the future news cycle, so consider subscribing for that. But stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.